Hello, sir. Good
Hello,
morning.
good morning.
Hey, how's it going?
Very good,
Nice.
very good.
How about your weekend?
My weekend was, um, I just wake up, so let me organize my. No,
That's all right.
it was raining here, so I couldn't do too much. But
Oh yeah.
on Friday, I went to Aplaudan and I meet some people that I knew here in these classes.
Oh, really? So you never met them before?
No, no. I
Oh,
mean, I just saw their faces.
right.
No.
But not in person.
Exactly.
Hey, that's cool. Who did you see?
Uh, Let me remind the names.
Michelle?
Michelle,
Asdrubal?
no, Adrubal, no.
Carlos?
No. Sí. There is one guy that just joins once per week.
Oh, that's well. That's Carlos, Benjamin.
Benjamin. I think this
Your
is the
oh
teacher.
Ben. Okay, that's good. Ben is really cool. Ben's really nice. He's a nice guy.
Exactly. So there was an activity at the office, and I saw that they were there.
Well, what
Actually,
was
Michelle was the host.
yeah, I think because she's from people in culture, eh?
Mhm. Exactly.
Okay. What was the activity about?
It was every 6 months. Um, it depends of your performance, and if you get some feedback from your leaders,
Mm-hmm.
uh, the company creates this activity. It the name is recognition awards.
Oh, that's good.
Mhm.
So you were recognized?
I was recognized. Mhm.
Wow.
It was a but being honest, it was weird because I didn't know so much people there. I was, but thanks God I was I saw one guy that was this was my friend. I was talking with him all that time I was there. But if not, I was like pollo comprado all that.
Hey, that's nice. And like the whole recognition, what was it for what reason?
The Well, it was my first recognition, but I noticed that they split this in three different areas.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent pursuit. The other one's culture promoter, and the other one I don't remember. Leadership, something about leadership.
And what did they give you? Like
Mine was excellence pursuit.
and the award this what
Okay. So yeah, they give you some awards, physical
okay.
award, not money, which is the
Uh-huh.
important.
Oh, money would be really cool, eh?
Yeah, I have a friend that I met at Telus that yeah we were receiving like kudos to the team for everything, and he told me, man, recognition using cash, that those kudos doesn't mean anything to me.
Yeah. I mean, kudos, yeah, thank you. Is there any money?
Recognition only cash, please.
Yeah, that's really cool.
I have a question before I forgot it.
Yeah.
I complete all the questions, but all the content and on the link.
You mean,
and
okay.
at the end it creates a certificate, but it says English for Business 2.
Huh. And you are 100% sure that the one you're doing is the three.
Even the link says English for Business 3.
Okay. Okay. Could you take a screenshot and send it over to the group? I'm gonna tag Gabby, who is the one in charge.
Yes.
Yep. Yeah, the copy of the certificate where it says English for Business 2. Could you excuse me? Somebody's at the door. I'll be back.
Yeah, go ahead.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, I'm gonna get started with this. Today we are going to see some of the linking words. We call this connectors, and we also call it linking words or connecting words in English. Um, I mean, this is not an English class, but we're gonna focus on some connecting words that we can use in our day-to-day life, either you talking to me or we talking business to our bosses or whoever is above you. Um, have you noticed that every time, I mean, we Latin American speakers, I mean, I think it was Friday that I told you that we normally do the round around to say something simple, whereas North American speaker, they just go straight to the point. That's normally how they talk. And then if and when they speak for a longer time, they use different vocabulary than the one that we use because it's not, I mean, they're native, they're not gonna use basic vocabulary, um, but they use different vocabulary and they also use connecting words or connectors. Some of them you already know them, but some others don't. So I'm gonna show you this video that's gonna explain to you a couple of them. So screen two, here we go.
Hey, just give me 1 sec while
Sure.
I post the certificate that I
Oh,
need.
okay. That's good.
My certificates in and it says yeah English for Business free. Then if I download it, then and now it's not downloading. Ah, yeah. Ah, yes. There you go.
Good. Okay, good. So I'm gonna hit play.
Hi, Shan
Here
here for BBC Learning English. There are signposts everywhere. Today, in this masterclass, we're going to look at ways you can use signposting when you're speaking. So, there are signposts everywhere and they tell us where to go. But did you know that when we're speaking, we use signpost words and phrases to help direct the listener? These are called discourse markers. They help connect what we're saying and tell the listener what information is coming up. They'll help you sound more fluent and help you understand native speaker conversations. Listen to my telephone call this morning. I use 8 different discourse markers. Can you hear all 8? You know, I was hosting an amazing dinner party last night. Well, actually, it was a complete disaster. I burnt the meat, people arrived when I was still cooking. Mind you, I did say turn up when you want. And I did start cooking pretty late. Anyway, as I was saying, I burnt the meat, the dishes were already at different times, the dessert was, oh, come to think of it, I completely forgot to serve dessert. So basically, everyone went home hungry. Anyway, how was your evening? By the way, before I forget, it's my birthday next week and I'm having a dinner party. Do you want to come? So the first discourse marker I used was you know. We use this to say, I'm going to tell you some information that you already know. You know, I was hosting an amazing dinner party last night. The second one I used was actually. We use this when we're about to give some surprising information or correct some information. So actually, it was a complete disaster. Then I used mind you. We use this when we're about to give an afterthought that contrasts the information that came before. So, people arrived when I was still cooking. Mind you, I did say turn up when you want. The next discourse marker I used was anyway, as I was saying. As I was saying is very useful because it means I'm going to return to what I was talking about before. So, as I was saying, I burnt the meat. This is a previous topic. Then I use the discourse marker, come to think of it. We use this when you've just remembered or thought of something as you're speaking. So, oh, come to think of it, I completely forgot to serve dessert. I'm remembering this as I'm speaking. Then I used basically. Basically is used to summarize what you're going to say. So basically, everyone went home hungry. The next one I used was anyway. Anyway is really useful and very common. We use it to say, I'm going to change topic now, or I'm going to go back to the original topic, or I'm going to finish what I was talking about. Anyway, how was your evening? And the final one I used was by the way. We use this to say, I'm going to change direction and talk about something that's not connected to the main topic. By the way, before I forget, it's my birthday next week. So basically, that is your introduction to discourse markers. We use them all the time when we're speaking, and come to think of it, when we're writing too. By the way, we have a website, bbclearningenglish.com, where you can practice these and find out more information. Anyway, see you soon. Goodbye.
Okay, which ones from this list you've used already, or you use in your day-to-day life?
Pretty much all of them, but not mind you. Actually, I until now I didn't get that meaning. Mind you, it's a new one, and I'm trying, and I'm still trying to figure out what is the meaning.
What's the meaning?
And the third line, it was still cooking. Mind you, I
Mm-hmm.
did say turn up when you want. So when you use mind you,
Sorry, I was talking on mute. Mind you, it's like when you say mind your business. It's like, I mean, mind your business is like care about your stuff, and then mind you is that you're letting that person know you want to take that person into account on what you want them to know. Mind you as well means in Spanish we say, oh, fíjate que, and then you say, fíjate que
um,
I went to the beach last week. So it's something important that you will say to the other person, and then you say, mind you, or for you to know, or for your info, and then you
okay.
say what you need to say.
It's not as common as I think, or it's very common.
No, it's not. It's not very common. Like for real, it's not very common. Um. Okay, so these are some of the connecting words. What are some of the connecting words that you use when you are talking, either with your bosses or in class here, or with whoever you have a meeting with, if you have any?
Well, even I think that I've used much too much to use. Actually, I
Hmm.
have that problem. Um, I don't know. It's a connecting word, but I use a lot to say. In fact,
In
this is
fact, yes. Uh-huh.
what else? Um, well, with and to and those are connecting words, right? To say with or to or um I'm not tend to use anyway
Hmm.
because these meetings that I attend, I mean, I can use anyway if I'm talking to you, probably not in a formal way, but these meetings I tend to not use anyway because probably they can hear like anyway.
You don't like anyway?
I did not hear it as professional as I want.
Hmm.
Probably I'm wrong, but I tend to not to use it.
Well, it is professional now. What the difference here is in the sense that you say the word. For example, if somebody is telling you something important and then you all of a sudden you say, okay,
Anyway,
well, anyway, I'm gonna tell you about what I'm gonna do tomorrow. So you're giving the other person less importance on the things they're saying to you. But then that's one way when you interrupt someone and you say anyway, and then you start talking about something else. First, you don't want to listen to that person, and second, you just don't care. You want to talk about something else. But if I start a training session or if I start a class and then I start talking about my house and then I say, well, anyway, let's focus on this topic. So that's the meaning is the same, but depending on how you say it, it will sound, you know, not good.
Also, in order to, I like to see do
Or in
to
order
in order
to,
to.
so
Um, there is one that says indeed that I heard
indeed,
on television, but I haven't had the chance to use it.
yes, yes, indeed, it's another um word.
I was watching the documentary from Amber Heard and Johnny Depp, and they use it a lot in the show.
Oh,
This
Amber and
indeed,
Johnny.
yeah, and they use a lot indeed.
I think it is on Netflix, isn't it?
Yep, it is on Netflix.
Oh yeah, yeah, I saw it. Can you hold? I'll be back.
Mhm.
Thank Okay, I am back. Hey, Carlos.
Hey guys, how are you?
How are you doing?
Pretty good. Thank you very much. And you?
Good. How was your weekend?
It was pretty nice. I went to the movies yesterday. I
Oh,
was
did
in a
you?
wedding on Saturday. Yeah, so it was pretty good.
Okay. Which movie did you watch?
Sounds of Freedom.
Is that the one about a kid or some kids?
Yeah, they got
Yeah.
raped
From
from
is
their
it a
parents.
Mex
I'm sorry.
is it a Mexican producer? Where?
Actually, Mel Gibson is one of the executive producers, and also Eduardo Verástegui, who was
Uh-huh. Okay.
an actor, and now he's a priest. And they are the producers, and one of the stars is Jim Caviezel, who was the guy who played the role of Jesus in the Passion of the Christ.
The Syria
I'm sorry.
or the Syria of Jesus or
No, the movie.
the movie. Okay.
Yeah. So it's a pretty good movie actually. Uh, I feel it like it makes you feel uncomfortable at some moment because the like the topic is very,
Sensitive.
yeah, and the movie ended, and when the people was coming out of the movie, everybody was just quiet and stuff like that. I was like, this is weird.
So it's a really good movie then to
Yeah, it
watch.
is. It is. I mean, it depends on what type of movies you like, but what I consider is that it gives you at the end a very good, how would you say, a very good message to think about. That's what I consider.
Okay. Um, yeah, I saw that movie. I mean, I saw it on the TV when they're doing the ads when you go past by the cinema, so they have it there. But um maybe I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah, you should. It's pretty
Mm,
good.
okay, that's good. It's nice. So, I've been talking with Ernesto about some Lincoln words and some of the vocabulary that that we use to connect our ideas. Um, the problem that we Latin American speakers have is that sometimes, because of the lack of vocabulary, we tend to do the round around to a simple um, sentence or expression or something we want to say. Um, we do it that way, and then the problem is if you notice North American speakers, they're like very straightforward. When they want to say things, they're not explaining too much stuff to deliver a message to you. But then us, we tend to explain too much. In English, we call that wordiness. Wordiness means that we add a lot of words to a very simple explanation. Um, Part of this is when we use um, the vocabulary, but also the connecting words, which is also vocabulary. I'm gonna show you this video, which gives the different connecting words that we can use. I'm sure some of them we already use them. Some others we know them, but we don't use them much. So let me share. Okay, here we go.
Emphasis. Indeed. Undoubtedly.
Obviously.
Particularly.
In particular.
Absolutely. Importantly. Clearly.
Especially.
Definitely. Never.
Without a doubt. It should be noted.
Okay, so those are about emphasis. Which ones from here do we no when do we emphasize? When do we use these words, and which ones do you use?
Yes, as I mentioned that the one that I think that I use the most here is indeed. I will say probably especially.
So indeed. And then especially, yeah, we use this a lot.
Never.
Never. Carlos, you?
I would say what I use, indeed, is one of them.
Hmm.
Uh,
I think it's a very common, eh?
yeah, absolutely, definitely,
Absolutely, definitely. Oh yeah, with this we use this much.
and that those are probably the ones that I use the most.
Okay. Okay. If we're talking with North American speakers, which ones do you think they will use more?
I'm sorry?
If you are talking with a North American speaker, which one do you think they would use more from here? Or which ones have you heard from them?
Absolutely.
Apps. They use this a lot.
Guys, just give me a few seconds and I'll be right back
Sure.
with you, okay?
Ernesto, which ones have you heard from them?
Probably I was trying to get the pronunciation of some doubly the second one.
Undoubtedly.
And
Undoubtedly.
undoubtedly.
Uh-huh.
Obviously is the one that I have
Obviously, or
Yes,
maybe we use this one a lot too.
and I'm seeing some courses from code and from technology, and they use a lot of obviously, but they have a really good pronunciation.
Yeah,
And yeah,
obviously.
it should be noted. I have heard that also. It should be noted.
It should be noted, yeah, this one they use a lot. So it should be noted that that's one of them. Clearly as well is another. Clearly. Importantly, I almost never heard. I think the ones that I've heard the most, like of course they use indeed, absolutely, definitely, never. Of course they use them because it's a regular vocabulary, but they have, but they also use, it should be noted either because they're telling you something directly or because you need to pass that alone. You can say, okay, so yeah, it should be noted or clearly. Okay, so now when you're talking, keep in mind that it's not only indeed to make emphasis, but you also can use some other words like absolutely, clearly, definitely, or it should be noted. When do you think we use it should be noted?
It came to my mind like whenever you want to make a point or bring to the attention about something.
Yeah, when you say it should be noted, is when, for example, you're in a meeting and then your team is being assigned an activity or it's been assigned a new task or whatever. So they tell you or they tell the team, hey, you know what? From tomorrow, Tuesday, your schedule is gonna be different. It's not gonna be the same as you have already, but it'll be different. So make sure everybody knows. And then you say it should be noted. That means that I'm taking notes about what you're saying and we'll keep it in mind.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so let's go to the second.
Okay, I'm back. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Addition.
So we're gonna go to the second transition word or connecting words.
Furthermore.
WordPress made easy as pie. Go big with Bluehost.
Additionally.
You should pay.
Come again?
You should pay YouTube.
Ah, yeah. Come on, Hyder, pay you to Premium. Last night I was watching some videos. Well, it was a podcast, but then I broadcasted over the TV, and yeah, there were like 4 ads per each one of the videos, and one of my friends said, "Hey, why don't we pay?" Because he comes over to my house a lot, and he was saying like, "Why don't we pay YouTube Premium so we don't see those ads?" And I was like, "Hell no, I'm not paying them just to watch something." I don't even know how much per month is, but yeah, I don't think I'm willing to pay. Are you guys on Premium?
I have YouTube Premium.
What?
I do
You got
not, but I want to because I think that we use, well, at least I use YouTube a lot. And the worst, you know what's the worst part is that I pay Spotify, Netflix, HBO,
we
Disney
pay all of
Plus,
them.
and I don't pay YouTube.
So you so you pay all of them.
Almost all of them. Yeah, I don't pay pre
Disney?
Amazon Prime. Yeah, I do pay Disney Plus. Yeah, but I don't pay Amazon Prime, for example.
I want to get Disney. So I can watch all this Disney movie. I want to watch Cinderella again. No, no, no. No, I'm talking about all this Disney movie. I think what's the name of this movie? Inside Out.
Yeah,
I think it's a Disney, no?
Pixar. Yeah,
Pixar.
but I think it's there, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, okay, so that one, for example, I looked it up in spot Netflix is not there. Premium, what's the Amazon? It's not there either. And I wanted to watch it again because even though those are for kids, but I mean you can watch them too. And if you've watched it, it's basically about men. No, it's emotional intelligence, I think. It
You can
shows
put a
you.
name to the emotions with that movie.
Come again?
You can put a face to the emotions with that movie.
Yes. It explains you how all the emotions work and how all of them are important. Um, Obviously there is a scene where I don't know the names of these girls, but the slim lady that's is collecting all the balls.
Yeah.
I don't know what's the name. Se ve como que fuera campanita.
Yeah, but she's Alegría.
Ah, Alegría. So in one of the scenes, oh yeah, she's in one of the scenes, she is with Tristeza and an elephant. I don't know what's the no, it's not
Curiosity.
So um Alegría is trying to cheer him up, because he's sad and they're trying You already saw the movie. I don't even know why I'm explaining this to you.
Yeah, the elephant is called Bing Bong, and that scene makes me cry every time I see
Oh,
it.
yeah, yeah, por dos. No, but what I want to say is that in one of the scenes, they're trying to cheer him up, and Alegría is like, doing all this cheering stuff, and then nothing is working. Why? Because he's sad. And same happens to us. If we're sad and somebody comes to us like, this cheerfulness, and you're like, man, maybe I don't want to do anything right now. But then Tristeza approaches to him and she's like, oh yeah, I feel you. I know why you're sad. And then he starts crying. And then once he cried out, then he stands up again and he helps them.
And what's the funny part is that our brains work actually like that. All these emotions and all of these feelings are necessary for us,
All of
like
them, right?
like to be on a healthy way, right? And probably that's one of the problems that the mental health professionals are having right now, that the people avoids feeling sad, and that's how these drugs like Xanax and all this type of drugs have become
Mhm.
so famous, because
Yeah,
the people the people feel like being sad is something bad, and
correct.
and they try to avoid it,
Yeah,
and it's not bad. It's actually a part of our how the brain works, and
it is
sometimes
needed.
you should be sad,
Yeah.
and that's how it is.
Yesterday, for example, I was um something to me happened on Saturday night. It's not a big deal. It's just like I got a situation and I was like it kept on my I went to bed and then it kept on my mind the whole night, and then yesterday's, which was Sunday, I was like thinking I kept on thinking it over my head all the time. And then in the afternoon, I mean, I was busy Sunday, yesterday, and then but that thing was, on in my mind, and I was like, oh man, I need to speak to someone, or I need to write it down, because my psychologist says that if you don't have anyone to talk to, you can write down the stuff and then read it. So I was gonna do that because I normally do not tell my stuff or my life things to people, no one. And so, but anyway, later I started chatting with one of my friends, and he was like, hey, what are you doing? I was like, oh man, I'm chilling home. He wanted me to go out with him, and I say, maybe tomorrow or next week, because I don't know, I'm not feeling well. And then he called me. He said, can I call you? And I was like, yeah. And then he called me, and then he was like, hey, remember what's going on? And I was like, anyways, I told him about what was happening. And then after talking, like we spoke like for 20 minutes. And after those 20 minutes, I feel relieved. And then I was like, man, I feeling. He said, I hope I help you. And I was like, oh, you got no idea how much it helped, because I felt way different. And I was like thinking, why did I spend my night like that? And why did I spend my whole Sunday doing my stuff, but having that in my head, when I could have spoken this for 20 minutes with somebody else, or this person in the morning, or yesterday, I mean last night, Saturday night. So all these sad moments as well are important, because it helped us to feel that moment and then move on.
Yeah, it's really important.
I don't know in what streaming platform is it now.
Should be interesting.
Yeah, I think so. I think so
In
too.
which one?
Disney.
On
Let
Disney?
me search for it, because to be quite honest, I don't usually use Disney. I just have it because of my niece.
Mm-hmm.
And because of my roommate, he uses it a lot. And I don't use it.
I bet you don't use any of them.
Actually, I do use HBO Plus. No, that's HBO Max if I'm not mistaken. That's the name.
It's the one that I use the most also.
Yeah, yeah, because it has like more like very particular content.
Yes, it's the one I use the most.
Are you on a Syria now?
For $3.
No, I do not. I don't have any type of series at this moment. I use it like to watch movies, most of
Mhm.
it.
I was which one did I watch last? I don't remember. Because it's been quite some time already. Like for real, I I don't have like enough time to sat on and you know on the couch and watch a TV for quite some time.
You know what's the funny part? I put a pin on my profile and I forgot it. On the one for Disney.
Yeah, it happens. How about this one's for addition? We have furthermore, additionally, to, also, along with. So which ones from here do you use?
In
Also,
addition, also, yeah.
also
Uh,
it's
I think, oh yeah, I think also is like, or two in addition,
besides.
to use besides. Or
In
maybe in
addition to
addition to
this,
this, maybe in addition to this.
In
Up,
less in less I mean not too much, probably additionally in
oh, additionally.
mhm.
Maybe not that very common, but we
That
tend to
yes,
use it.
that's what I'm trying to say.
How about North American speakers? Which ones have you heard from the ones that we have not selected?
Not only but also
Mm-hmm.
I'm seeing in some interviews.
Yes. Not only,
You
but also, yeah.
moreover and furthermore, probably they use it, but I haven't heard it before. Moreover.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, moreover. Well, I don't think I ever I ever heard moreover in one of my meetings.
What I recall, I heard is furthermore.
They I at least my bosses in Canada, they use a lot this one. Alone with, what is the meaning? How do you use alone with?
At the same time with,
Mm-hmm. Could you give me an example?
you need to go to the meeting and do your work along with your own responsibilities.
Yeah, and that means
All at the same time,
both at the
multitasking.
same time. Like if I say I'm gonna go to the market along with Carlos, all right? So we'll be
Uh-huh.
back. So that
Uh-huh.
means that both of us will go together. So what if, well, that's along with not only but also I heard it also apart from this. Normally they use it, well, again, my bosses. I'm not sure about, I think it also depends on the business type, the person you're talking with, and the kind of vocabulary they have. But my boss, he uses a lot apart from this. Normally it would be at the end of the meeting or when we're talking, like, we gather together in the meeting, and then he goes like, okay, Jairo, tell me your updates about this week. And then I go like, okay, so I'll tell the staff like what I did during the week, whatever, and such and such. And then he goes, okay, so apart from this, do you have anything else? And I'm gonna go like, no. So that's when they use that. Any other, moreover, not only as well as that, I don't think I've heard that much. I think it's more along with, because that one they use it a lot. It's like very
Along.
along with um
What I have heard, they use a lot, instead of say maybe, they use perhaps.
perhaps, yes. Now we only have 1 minute left. So why is this here for, and what is the importance of not only using like the most common ones, like the one you said? We usually say maybe, but they use more perhaps
You might hear like more fluent with
and
more vocabulary.
closer to them,
Mhm.
like closer to the way they speak. Because when we use different vocabulary, people are like, maybe not them, because for them it's quite normal to us speak English. But here, like your partners, your colleagues, they will go like, oh, I mean, they're not
And
gonna tell
they
you, of
stand up
course.
to
Yeah, they will stand up and say, woo. Of course not, but they're not gonna tell you, but they're gonna go like, oh, Ernesto, he has a very good English. Yeah. Or he has a very good vocabulary. So I'm gonna send you this link. So um if you ever have time, you can watch it over and I don't know, perhaps start using one of them in the future. You
All
see?
right.
Aha. Nevertheless. Okay, okay. All right, so um oh, it's so in Disney.
Yeah, I found it.
Hey, I'm gonna I'm gonna see who of my friends got Disney, and perhaps they can share. Carlos. All right, I'm gonna let you go. You have a great Monday.
Thank you
Thank you.
very much,
Ciao.
guys. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.